Good day, everyone. Today, I want to speak about a truth that many of you may feel deep inside but rarely put into words. This speech is dedicated to a special group of people, the real chosen ones. They are marked by spiritual symbols, either physically or energetically. Symbols like the letter M, whether appearing on the palm, in names, or by cosmic design, and the crescent moon, a timeless symbol of spiritual awakening, divine connection, and inner struggle. But here's the powerful reality: these chosen individuals often feel uncomfortable, drained, or even restless around too many people. They thrive in isolation, they recharge in silence, their energy is sacred, and it's not meant for everyone. Chosen ones who carry the vibration of the M and the crescent moon often experience the world very differently compared to the average person. Their energy system is like an open receptor, constantly absorbing and processing the unseen energies around them. They don't just walk into a room and see what's physically there. They feel everything: the anxiety lingering in the air, the unresolved anger someone is hiding behind a smile, the silent sadness in someone's eyes, and even the jealousy that others try to mask with polite words. These individuals have highly porous auras, meaning their spiritual field is open and expansive. Because of this, they're like human emotional antennas. Even if no one speaks, they can sense emotional tension, conflict, or love from across the room. This is not something they choose. It's not a talent they developed for fun. It's something they were born with, part of their spiritual blueprint. However, this extreme sensitivity comes at a cost. Imagine walking through life with all your senses amplified tenfold. Bright lights seem blinding, loud noises become unbearable, and large crowds feel like emotional war zones. This is the daily experience of many chosen ones. When they're around too many people, their nervous system becomes overstimulated. They may feel dizzy, fatigued, or develop sudden headaches. Their heart may start racing for no reason, and they may find themselves emotionally overwhelmed, even if nothing dramatic is happening externally. Physically, this sensitivity can manifest in many ways: sudden exhaustion after social gatherings, skin breakouts, digestive issues, or random aches and pains that have no medical explanation. Energetically, it feels like a heaviness in the chest, a fog in the mind, or a deep desire to retreat from the world. Chosen ones may find themselves wanting to cancel plans at the last minute, preferring the safety of their home or a walk in nature instead of a busy event. This sensitivity also means they absorb not just emotions, but also people's intentions. Even if someone is smiling and acting friendly, a chosen one will feel the underlying motives, whether it's jealousy, competition, manipulation, or insincerity. This makes it hard for them to trust easily. They often pick up on things others miss, sensing danger or negativity long before it becomes obvious to others. Additionally, being around too many people can lower their own frequency. Chosen ones operate at higher vibrational states when they're alone or in small, safe groups. But when they are surrounded by chaotic or negative energies, their own light dims. They start to question themselves. Their spiritual clarity becomes cloudy. It becomes difficult for them to differentiate between their own feelings and the emotions they've absorbed from others. This is why chosen ones often withdraw from social settings, limit their interactions, and cherish their alone time. They're not doing it out of arrogance or pride. They're doing it out of necessity, because protecting their energy is crucial for their emotional, physical, and spiritual well-being. The chosen ones who carry the energy of the M and the crescent moon are not here to live an ordinary life. Their purpose is often woven into the fabric of spiritual evolution, generational healing, or conscious awakening. They are born with a calling that pulls them toward paths of transformation, wisdom, sharing, or creative expression, that impacts others on a soul level. But fulfilling such a purpose isn't something that happens amidst constant socializing or surface-level interactions. It requires something far deeper, focused isolation. Isolation for these individuals isn't loneliness. It's sacred time where they can hear their inner voice without interference. Their minds are constantly downloading spiritual insights, creative ideas, and intuitive guidance. Every day brings new realizations about life, the universe, human behavior, and their own spiritual path. But this stream of higher knowledge can't flow freely when their environment is filled with noise, distractions, or the opinions of too many people. Their inner world is like a sacred temple that needs peace to function at its highest level. Chosen ones often find that when they spend too much time around others, especially in chaotic or draining environments, their mental clarity starts to suffer. They feel disconnected from their purpose. Their creativity stalls. Their ability to think deeply becomes foggy. This is because their spiritual work is heavily reliant on their inner alignment. Whether they are meant to write, create art, teach, heal, or guide others, they need uninterrupted blocks of time to process their thoughts, receive divine downloads, and channel their energy into their mission. Another reason why isolation is essential is that chosen ones are often working on projects, ideas, or life paths that others may not understand. Explaining their visions to people who are not spiritually aligned can lead to criticism, judgment, or discouragement. They may hear comments like, "Why don't you get a normal job?" or "Why are you wasting your time on this?" These words, though often said with no ill intent, can plant seeds of doubt in the mind of a chosen one. That's why chosen ones instinctively distance themselves, to protect their vision from being tainted by the fears or limitations of others. Deep focus also allows chosen ones to practice the spiritual disciplines that fuel their purpose. Meditation, journaling, prayer, mindfulness, and energy healing practices are all things that require solitude. Through these practices, they refine their emotional balance, recharge their energy, and strengthen their connection to the divine. These daily rituals are not luxuries for them. They are necessities that help maintain their spiritual stamina. Furthermore, chosen ones often experience phases of spiritual awakening where their consciousness expands rapidly. During these phases, their bodies undergo energetic shifts. They may feel extreme fatigue, heightened intuition, and emotional release cycles. Being in isolation during these times is not just helpful, it's crucial. They need the space to process, heal, and integrate new frequencies without external interference. Their mission often involves tasks that require intense intellectual or emotional labor, writing books, composing music, developing spiritual programs, or even building movements that uplift humanity. Such tasks cannot be done halfway. They require hours of uninterrupted concentration, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Social distractions, gossip, meaningless conversations, or constant engagement with people who drain their energy are major obstacles to their progress. The chosen one's isolation also gives them time to reflect on their own growth. Self-reflection allows them to examine their behavior, their thoughts, and their emotional reactions. It helps them identify areas where they need healing and where they've outgrown past versions of themselves. This constant inner work is part of their preparation for the responsibilities they will eventually carry in this world. Ultimately, their isolation isn't about rejecting society. It's about preparing for the moment when their purpose fully activates, and they're called to step into leadership, guidance, or creative expression on a larger scale. Chosen ones who carry the spiritual markings of the M and the crescent moon have an energy that cannot be hidden. Whether they realize it or not, They walk through life radiating a frequency that is both powerful and undeniable. Their vibration carries truth, authenticity, and a certain spiritual authority. It's the kind of energy that naturally commands attention, even in silence. People may stare at them without understanding why. Strangers may feel drawn to them, curious but also uneasy. This energetic presence can trigger a wide range of emotional reactions from others, especially those who dwell in lower vibrational states. Low-frequency people are individuals who operate from places of fear, insecurity, jealousy, ego, and emotional pain. These individuals are often not aware of their own inner wounds, but when a chosen one enters their space, those wounds start to surface. The light that the chosen one carries exposes what others are trying to hide, whether it's suppressed anger, unresolved trauma, hidden jealousy, or fake personas. This exposure is not intentional. The chosen one is simply being themselves. But their very presence becomes a mirror, forcing others to confront parts of themselves they would rather avoid. Because of this, chosen ones may often face hostility for no apparent reason. People may gossip about them, spread rumors, give them cold stares, or exclude them from social circles. Sometimes it's subtle, like people giving them backhanded compliments, constantly competing with them, or making sarcastic remarks meant to diminish their light. Other times it's blatant, bullying, isolation, or targeted negativity. What most people don't realize is that this treatment is often a defense mechanism. Low vibration individuals feel threatened by the authenticity and self-awareness that chosen ones exude. When someone is still trapped in cycles of ego, pain, or emotional immaturity, they may react to a chosen one's energy with resentment or envy. This intimidation factor also affects authority figures or people who hold positions of power. Chosen ones often experience conflicts with bosses, teachers, or elders who feel their authority is challenged, even if the chosen one is not doing anything provocative. The unspoken energy that chosen ones emit makes it clear that they are not easily manipulated, controlled, or silenced. This quiet defiance unsettles people who are used to others conforming or seeking approval. On a social level, chosen ones may struggle to fit in because they sense the energetic dissonance between themselves and others. While most people engage in small talk, gossip, or surface-level conversations, the chosen one craves authenticity, depth, and emotional honesty. This energetic mismatch creates an invisible wall between them and others. The chosen one may enter a room and instantly feel the vibrations shift. Some people may walk away, some may go silent, others may act overly friendly in an attempt to mask their discomfort. All of these reactions point back to one truth: the chosen one's vibration is too high for low-frequency environments. Emotionally, this constant energetic tension takes a toll on the chosen one. They may feel like they're always walking on eggshells, trying not to provoke people simply by existing. They might question themselves, wondering why people seem to dislike them without reason. But deep down, they know it's not about them. It's about the energy they carry. Their presence brings light to dark places, and light will always disturb the darkness. This is why chosen ones eventually learn to protect their space, carefully choosing where they go, who they spend time with, and how much energy they give away. They realize that not everyone deserves access to their frequency. The more they grow spiritually, the more they recognize that their energy is sacred, and not everyone can handle it. One of the most powerful and mysterious aspects of the chosen ones with the M and crescent moon energy is their ability to receive divine downloads, spiritual insights, visions, intuitive messages, and higher wisdom during periods of solitude. This is not something they control or plan. It happens spontaneously, often during moments when they are least distracted by the external world. Whether they are sitting quietly in their room, taking a walk under the night sky, or lying in bed during the early hours before dawn. The universe speaks to them when their environment is still and their mind is clear. These divine downloads come in many forms. Sometimes it's a sudden flood of inspiration, like knowing exactly what to say to someone who is hurting, or receiving a clear vision about a decision they need to make. At other times, it may come as a dream so vivid and symbolic that it feels more real than waking life. There are moments when they hear a quiet inner voice guiding them toward a new path, warning them about a situation, or reassuring them in times of doubt. Some chosen ones even experience physical sensations during these downloads: goosebumps, ringing in the ears, pressure on the forehead or crown chakra, as their energetic body receives the information. This flow of divine information requires a specific condition, inner stillness. When chosen ones are surrounded by people, noise, social conversations, or emotionally charged environments, their spiritual channel becomes blocked. It's like trying to tune into a delicate radio frequency in the middle of static interference. The guidance becomes muffled, the visions become unclear, the intuitive voice inside them becomes drowned out by the surrounding chaos. This is why chosen ones instinctively seek solitude. They may suddenly cancel plans or retreat from social situations because they feel a strong pull to be alone. This pull isn't random. It's often the universe's way of creating the space needed for a message to come through. The chosen one knows that when they sit in silence, they are opening themselves up to receive something sacred, something that will guide not just their own life, but may also serve others who cross their path in the future. Another reason solitude is essential during these moments is that divine downloads are often emotionally intense. They may bring deep realizations about past wounds, sudden clarity about toxic relationships, or overwhelming feelings of love and connection to the universe. These emotional waves require time to process. Being around people during these moments can feel suffocating because the chosen one needs time to sit with the emotion, journal their thoughts, or simply cry and release what's coming up. On a higher level, chosen ones serve as spiritual transmitters. The universe uses them as vessels to bring light, healing, and messages to the collective. But to act as a clean, clear vessel, they must stay energetically pure. This can only happen when they intentionally withdraw from the noise of the world. Their mind becomes a sacred space where the divine can enter and leave messages, knowing it will be heard and honored. Sometimes these downloads come with visions of the future, warnings about things yet to happen, or sudden bursts of creative genius that later manifest as art, music, writing, or healing work. They may suddenly understand complex spiritual truths that others struggle to grasp for years. This level of understanding doesn't come from books or teachers. It comes directly from source energy, through meditation, reflection, and quiet surrender. It's important to recognize that the chosen one's connection to divine intelligence is not something they take lightly. They understand the responsibility that comes with receiving these downloads. Often, they spend hours decoding the messages, analyzing symbols, and contemplating their next steps. Their solitude becomes not just a preference, but a sacred ritual, an ongoing dialogue with the universe that shapes their path and defines their role in the spiritual awakening of others.